3, go.
On.
Okay. Chinks. Oh, really? You have to be okay. /play.
You can ping the other guys down there since we're starting this now.
Yeah. Ping them, quick, ping them. I don't have ping.
Okay, I'll ping them.
Just swap
Yes.
channels for God's sake.
No,
They're
I'm
playing
lazy.
Overwatch.
Yeah, they're playing Overwatch. I don't want to interfere.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
all right then.
Pause the game. We're playing D&D.
They already know they said they're gonna catch up now.
Okay.
Pause that online match.
All right.
All right, I'm muting.
The smell of seawater. That's what you describe. The wind on your skin is a distant memory. Waves crashing on rock. Hearing seagulls chirp. As you are porting to dock. Skull face. This ship, somewhat not massive, but still pretty okay. Somewhat of a vessel, a barge for travel. It hits the shore. And they tie the rope to essentially hold it still. You see, as an individual goes up to you. I think this is your place of departure.
Thanks. Is there a... Since it seems you know the town a lot, is there like a tavern or at least a place to stay?
You see him as he essentially squints his eyes, looks towards the town itself, the small dingy town, and looks back at you. I guess there's one known one at least. Not much there. Self-made rum, if you like rum itself.
All right.
Do you like rum, mister?
I don't drink.
Really?
Well, used to at least.
Huh. Well, here's your stop. If ever you'll need a ship to board to get back to the mainland, ship's still here. Still same price.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, old man.
He nods back at you as he essentially just starts going back towards seemingly the bottom deck. You see as the plank is somewhat put down. A couple of the people there also on a voyage on the vessel start moving down.
All right.
About
so,
4 other people, I'd say.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. So I walk down the barge towards the pier.
Mm-hmm. As you walk towards the pier and the dock, you see at least, I'd say, 3 other ships docked there. A couple of dinghies, more or less. But the third ship at the very, very right side has seemingly different symbols and insignias on it. You can't quite make it out. Though, because you have essentially wandered around a good ton on the Halpanian Isles, this ship seems somewhat new, somewhere at the very border. So you're not sure where it came from, mostly, but it just interests you because it shimmers in slight as it touches seemingly the sunlight.
Well, it's a weird looking ship in this place. And then I try to find my way to like a tavern in the town.
Fair enough. Make a perception check for me.
Oh, I'm looking for it. Perception. There you go.
3.
3. Your eyes deceive you a bit as you look around, and I'd say because of how the buildings are built, it has just been a few times, and I'd say the buildings itself have not been well kept. They all look the same to you.
Oh. Alright, so what I could do is well, is there like a homeless person nearby, or at least a local?
There's a couple people walking around, I'd say. You see them as they're walking about somewhere in the dock, at least.
Alright, so I could approach a dock worker.
Okay. You see what seems to be this thinly individual, gaunt face, sallow features towards him, sharp ears, and has what seems to be like a bandana that has been tied from the head. Looks at you, and goes, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, I think you could. I'm looking for a tavern.
A
This guy.
tavern. Yes, we have one. It's, I think, right there. There. And he points at what seems to be a building somewhere in the middle of this small dingy town.
Thanks. By any chances, could I ask you a question?
Sure. What is it?
Since you're a dock worker, you probably notice a lot of new faces in these parts. You notice a man, one eye, just came here quite recently.
Man. One eye. I don't think I've seen one. I mean, there's a bunch of people here coming through.
No one.
One eye.
No one stand out?
I saw this fella. He had one eye. But I think it was because he only had one eye. He chuckles to himself. This other fella. This scraggly beard. I'm wearing an eye patch. And then a woman. Also one eye.
When did you last see them?
The fellow with the long beard I saw, I think, just about 3 days ago, give or take. The fellow with one eye, I saw him just a good while, a week ago. Somewhere there, fortnight. The woman was just yesterday.
I see. Well, thanks for your help.
No problem. And he starts just seemingly looking at some of the barrels, inspecting it, and asks one of the other dock workers, "Hey, can we have it lifted to that ship?" "Sure, man, sure." And you see as a couple of them essentially just start lifting the barrel.
Right, so I could try making my way now to the tavern since the direction he pointed out.
Mm-hmm. as you essentially walk past the town itself, I'd say somewhat dirty, as it is on like somewhat the edge of the somewhat rainforest area. Though a good ton of the trees in this area have been cut down. The beach there lies as the sand essentially integrates a bit with the dirt. Walking past, there seems to have been made. You, you know that it's been made path in a way because of how many people have stepped on or tread on this soil of earth. Looking left and right, you see a bunch of different dingy corners, but all of them seemingly leading towards the forest. You're able to find this somewhat small but big enough for the area building that he was pointing at. And looking at it, the doors itself are gone. Looking in is, I'd say, a good amount of people, handful of people inside. See a somewhat small bar.
All right, I enter the bar,
Mhm. You
and
enter the bar, and a bunch of people are just somewhat conversing. You see there's a couple people there. You see a big, orcish woman look at you and snarl.
I ignore that woman and I approach the bartender.
Okay. You see the bartender. He's somewhat, somewhat large in the belly area. He's bald. Seems to be missing a couple teeth. And he looks back at you. Oh, hell there. You have an interesting looking mask right there, boy.
I wish it was. I'm here to ask you a few questions, if you can.
Questions! People come here to drink, boy. So, what'll it be?
Then I could try. Wait, how much gold coins do I have? I can slip him 5. I'm gonna slip him 10 gold coins. I'm gonna be like, I'm just here for questions.
He looks down on the 10 coins that you put down. Well, why didn't you say so? He grabs them.
Now I'm looking for someone. A guy. New to this town, not a local.
One eye. Mean look on his face. Anything stood out?
I mean, there were two in mind that I thought seeing him. Man, literally one eye in the face. He was aggressive towards a good ton of people. He's able to, well, kill a couple of my workers, you see. About, give or take, I'd say 6 days ago.
You seem to look like the guy that has a lot of connections. Better chances you know where he is.
Last I heard from my boys, he was held up somewhere in the forests, I'd say. Deeper into the forest, near the old temple. Seemed to have been looking for something.
Now, I see. 6 days ago, right?
6 days ago, last we saw this fella. And then the next fella, you were also one eye. He had a big, scraggly beard, long, unkempt hair, somewhat. He, from what I remember, is still residing in this town. An
Any
interior inn.
in
Black frock coat. Didn't have much to look at, but I guess he had somewhat of those firearms these people talk about. Don't like this. And he pulls out what seems to be like a really, really rusted but dangerous looking, I'd say revolver, Colt revolver.
Are you sure this was the gun you saw?
Well, not this specific gun, but
Mean looking gun.
yeah, bigger, mean looking gun.
That's all?
Most of them, they don't really seem like talkers, you see. Yeah, the other guy, the one with only one eye, asked around a good ton from the town. And I'd say he was looking for something about the temple. Said need to get away from things. Bunch of things.
this one-eyed guy, the one that's looking for the temple, is he by himself or is he with a group?
He hired about 3 boys.
And the second guy?
Second guy's just, I think, still in his, place.
At the inn, right?
Yeah, the inn.
Well, I won't ruin your time any longer.
I'll be leaving now. Thank you.
All right. If you have any more questions, we can do business again.
I'll keep that in mind. Then I went out to. Actually, I got another question, if you don't mind. Where's the inn?
Oh, the inn is somewhere very, very in the interior of this little town. Won't miss it. Biggest building there.
I see. Not again. Thank you. Then I try to walk out of the bar.
Okay. You see as seemingly a couple of individuals go out and try to somewhat follow you loosely. It's to a point where it's bad.
Can I roll a perception check whether they are really following me?
Sure.
Alright. I rolled an 8.
An 8. I mean, they look like they're following you. To your knowledge, at least.
Alright, so what I could do is I could
Is there a nearby alleyway?
Yes, there is.
Alright, so what I could do is I'm walking along the main road and suddenly I'm gonna cut
towards the alleyway.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna try to hide behind a wall to see if they are following me behind me when I'm in the alleyway. So can I do that?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Make a stealth check as well.
Sure.
I got a 7. Fucking hell.
Yeah. As they go towards in the alleyway, you somewhat stumble on like a barrel, and the barrel falls and creaks. You see as they look back. You think that you can slip away from us?
Do you think I'm trying to run away from you?
You see as the orcish woman goes towards you. You look like a new, fresh piece of meat.
I'm gonna give you a choice. You walk away now, act as if this never happened, or this face is what you're gonna see last.
Can I do like
Make a
intimidation?
intimidation check. Sure.
16.
You see as the three people behind her, seemingly, this scrawny looking man, this more, I think, not well built, but more built individual, and an individual that has somewhat of a lighter, paler complexion, but pointy ears, and then looks at each other. They look at each other. And they're like, "Hey, I think we can't. We shouldn't mess with this guy." And you see as the woman orc just turns around, and goes like, "You are fucking shit. We agreed that we were gonna, well, take his shit and we were gonna sell it." She looks back as you see a couple of the guys like look at you straight in the eye and somewhat cower in fear. They turn around and like start running away. "You fucking pussies!"
Then I'm gonna look at the orc woman and say,
So, seems like somebody hired you to follow me. Is that right?
"No, that ain't right. We're just here to fuck with you. Look at you. You look at your stuff. Looks expensive. Expensive as fuck. So I'm gonna take your stuff, and you are gonna do nothing about it." You see as she takes out seemingly this scragged looking axe.
I'm gonna unholster my pistol and like just aim it towards her direction, like towards her face. And then I'm gonna say to her, "Remember, you wanted this. I'm giving you a choice."
She looks at you again. "What do you think your pea shooter can do?" And she takes a slice at you. It badly misses. With a natural one. As you see the axe get embedded to the side of the building as it does a crack onto the wall, this wooden wall. So of course, this creaks this house a bit. And she's just...
I'm gonna point my gun towards her direction and pull a trigger.
All right. Because you are in point blank range, in the new rules or in my rules of firearms and crossbows, if you are in point blank range, it is considered a hit already without rolling.
Okay.
So you just do damage.
All right. Damage. 11.
11 points of damage. Where do you shoot her?
I shoot her at her shoulder.
Her shoulder. It pushes the bullet right across, and you see bits of her flesh essentially spew. I'd say it goes through her shoulder, so there's a clean hole. You fucking shit! She tries to essentially backhand slap you. 15. What's your armor class?
Armor class is 16.
16. Yeah, that doesn't hit. As she essentially backhand slaps you, you're able to see it. What you do? Most likely, you essentially just pull back a bit, and it just slightly misses you. Your turn.
All right, I'm gonna shoot her again. This time at her leg.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank.
Yeah, point blank. Still.
11.
11. Okay. Ah! Ah! She goes onto her knees. She somewhat just barfs a bit of blood.
And I'm
Oh.
gonna, all right, I'm gonna approach her and like put the gun barrel towards her head. My friend, and this barrel is a 45 ACP bullet. It's manufactured in a Burmosian ammo factory. Came all the way here to the Happinhead Isles at this exact moment, at this exact time. All of that journey took 5 silver coins for this bullet to reach this barrel. So tell me, is your life more worth than a bullet?
Make an intimidation check with advantage. So you roll 2 times, and you take the higher roll.
Okay.
She grovels in pain as she's essentially on just her knee.
All right, 21.
You see her, she looks back at you, eyes meet the eyes. You're not natural, folk! Fine.
Then I like holstered my gun again. If I see you again, I won't hesitate to put another bullet in your eye.
She doesn't respond, and she just looks down, holding what seems to be like the side, bit of mud on her knees. It's quite muddy.
Then I'm gonna walk off the alley.
You see, as a couple of folks essentially who were looking into the alley to see what happened, just look at you and start like running away.
Alright. Can I see from my direction where the inn is?
Yes. You see somewhere in the more interior part of this forest built around. I see a somewhat bigger building than all the other buildings. So yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the direction of the inn.
Mm-hmm. Right. As you go towards the inn, you see very nice, somewhat saloon door. Half door, so you can see inside. You see a dimly lit, dingy reception area.
Alright, I'm gonna approach the receptionist, and
She looks up at you. Is there a problem here?
I'm looking for a man. One eye, mean look, lots of guns.
I guess we have one upstairs.
Any room number?
Room number 1. There's only 2.
Which room?
The first one. As you get up the stairs, you see one room up there.
Then I walk towards the first room.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm gonna knock at the door.
Okay. There's no answer.
I kick down the door.
All right. Make a strength check. I'd say with advantage. This door's really old.
19.
19. Oh yeah, you kick down the door from its hinges and it breaks. You see, as the man is right there. He looks up at you.
What I jack?
You see him, and you see the eye patch going across his eye. Oh,
By any chances, are you One-Eyed Jack? Bank robber? Murdered 25 people in cold blood?
no. He was expecting the likes of you. And he quick draws. You can do a reaction if you want to.
Alright. Reaction. What role is that?
No, it's an attack roll.
Oh,
let's
attack roll,
see,
alright.
let's see if you're faster.
Alright, so what do I roll?
The hit DC.
The hit DC, alright.
Yeah, and then if it hits, you do damage.
Yeah. Right. 17.
Oh my god, yeah, that definitely beats his. As essentially you quick draw faster than he does. And where do you want to shoot him?
I'm gonna shoot his pistol off of his hand.
As he puts the pistol up, the bullet. God damn!
You try to do anything funny, old man. The next bullet is not gonna go somewhere you don't like.
He
Now.
looks up at you. I ain't revealing where Jack is. You're gonna have to find him yourself.
So you know where he is.
Oh, I do, but you don't.
And then I'm gonna shoot him in the kneecaps.
Okay, in point blank. Yeah. Oh, that's yeah. That should hit. Do damage.
11.
Oh my god. You blow his kneecaps to oblivion. Ah! 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 Ah!
That's one of your joints.
You fucking bastard! Ah!
It's just 2 of your joints. You got a lot more. And honestly, I can do this all day. So unless you want to keep on moving, keep on breathing.
Fuck
tell
you!
me.
You see him as he takes out the knife and he tries to take a slash at you. 11. No, that doesn't hit.
So like it misses or like
It misses. It's
misses.
11. It's against your armor class. So basically, it only hits if it's 16 or above.
all right. So I take his hand and I break his wrist.
Ah! 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 You dumb messed up.
Could make this a whole lot easier, but a whole lot harder.
Fuck you. He spits in your face.
Alright, I'm gonna put my thumb in the bullet hole in his kneecap.
Okay. Ah! Ah! Ah!
So
God damn! You bounty hunters are you ruthless.
buddy, you haven't seen the likes of me yet. Now we're gonna start again.
I
Square one.
thought you needed him dead or alive.
Now, that's not your concern, it's mine alone. Now, where is One-Eyed Jack?
Temple. Interior. Somewhere there.
How do I get to this temple?
You go north. Somewhere north. Please, please stop. Please. Please take your thumb out. Ah!
I take my thumb off from the...
Ah!
Now, if I know you're lying, I'm gonna put one between your shoulder blades.
You have small camp. 4 people. 3 guys and him.
Armed?
Armed. One of them has a rifle. 2 of them have pistols. And Jack himself, he has a bunch of shit I don't know.
Anything you remembered yet?
Shotgun. He has one of those shotguns.
All right. If I know you're lying, that this is another elaborate ambush, I'll come back and break your other arm. And I break his arm, right arm.
You just hear him scream in pain as one of his shoulder joints are basically fucking dislocated. Is it the same one you broke his hand from?
Yes.
You fuck! I told you shit!
I know. And then I walk out. Get out of
You see as the woman looks at you. I don't want anything, mister. I don't want anything. Please, you want money?
Get out of my sight.
Okay. You see as she runs out of the inn, starts running towards. You see a couple of the people essentially start screaming and running.
Then, alright, so I got out of the inn. Can I, like, walk towards that camp near the temple?
You're not sure. He just said camp near temple in the interiors of the forest.
Alright. Can I see a stable nearby?
No.
Is there anyone that isn't running?
There's no. If you're asking that, then make a perception check.
Alright. 16?
Definitely not. I mean, I'd say you'd see. Actually, wait, no, 16. Yes, you do see a couple of individuals, though those individuals are all in somewhat unified, somewhat blue uniforms. You see a couple of them wearing arm guards, shoulder pads, and a bit of armor over that uniform, but they're all in a specific uniform.
So like cops, right?
It's not cops, but they have rifles, and you see somewhat behind them a sail barge. It's floating,
Okay.
meant to take at least like 10 people.
10.
You see them, and you see what seems to be a symbol on their side with a 16. Yeah, you'd be able to see it. It's a very big symbol. It says the URB.
Then I go back to the. I'm gonna ignore that part. Then I'm gonna go back towards the bar, the tavern,
Mm-hmm.
and I talk to the bartender again.
As you open the tavern, you see a couple of the people like look at you in more of a scared fashion. They just start moving past and like running away.
Is the bartender there?
Yes, the bartender's there as he's just looking at you. Have you been causing the trouble? There are a bunch of gunshots. I don't want to upset those guys right there. And he points towards the people outside, and you see them in blue uniform as they're just moving past, looking at a couple of things, seem to be investigating.
I assure you, I bring no trouble. In fact, if you help me with this question, I'll be on my way and you won't see me again.
Make a deception check.
$14, but could I roll a Could I roll a superiority dice? I'll use my commanding presence.
All right.
All right. I'll mark that one. 38 is 12. So that's like 14 plus 12.
Yes.
All right.
God damn.
It's 26.
He looks at you. Sure. Shoot. What's the question? What's the question?
How do we get from here to the temple?
On foot.
Well, you got any horses?
I haven't seen people import horses here. I ain't seen a couple people being able to somewhat make see-through horses, but I don't know what that's about.
All right. Seems like I have to walk it. If I'm gonna walk from here, where do I need to go?
Somewhere beyond, if you go through the first left alleyway, going north, you'll be able to find seemingly a bunch of different ruins. Couple snake eye idols. I don't know what they call them. It's lost civilization.
Any alternative ways to get into there? Something somewhere where people don't usually use a way.
You talking about the temple?
Yep.
Yes. There are a bunch of ways. But I don't know. I haven't ventured far enough into there. It gives me the creeps. Sometimes you hear voices.
All right. So I'm just gonna take a left in the next alleyway, right?
Somewhat. Just you could go left and just keep heading straight. You might be able to find the temple.
All right. Then I give the bartender another 5 gold, and I'm gonna be like, "Thanks for the help. Keep the change."
All right. Oh, thank you. Hope I don't see you again.
Then I walk out the tavern.
All right.
All right. What do I see? Any changes?
Somewhat people are being ushered, closing their doors. A couple people moving away. You see a couple of the people in blue uniforms as they go up to you. Have you seen shootings around here?
Who said that?
It's one of the people in the blue uniforms, at least.
Yes, I did.
So, where are they?
One is in the alley, incapacitated. The 3 ran away.
How do you know so much?
Because I shot the one in the alley.
So, you say, if I go into that alleyway right now, that person is going to have a gun.
An axe, specifically. Orc woman. Tall, but bleeding, but I hope she'll be alright.
She looks you up and down. Yeah, he looks you up and down. I asked for a shooter, not a person with an axe.
Well, don't you think it's self-defense to shoot her?
There were a bunch of shootings in different parts. We were asking questions. So spill. You see him as he puts his rifle, somewhat holding the trigger, though not still pointing it at you.
You pull that trigger, that'll be the last thing you're gonna do. So here's my tip. Put the gun down, look the other way, I'm gonna do a persuasion check.
That is intimidation.
Intimidation. All right. All right. 11. But in case of that, I'm gonna roll another
Superiority die.
superiority dice. I'm gonna use my commanding presence.
Okay.
All right. 31.
Putang ina mo. He looks back at you. Best be on your way, mister.
Then I look at him. I'll be on the way. Then I go towards the alleyway, towards the temple.
Alright.
All right, I'll be on my way to the temple now.
You yourself essentially started going towards the temple. So I'd say it'll take you about a good an hour and 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a small island, but still, an island. Going through, trying to traverse the jungle. Actually, make a check to see if you can essentially bypass the jungle in a way that, because you can maneuver the terrain. Make a survival check.
An 8.
An 8. Yeah, you take 1 hour and 30.
All right.
The things there don't bother you much, of course, because the flies don't want to go near you. It's more or less the terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Almost tripping. Yeah. You're able to find seemingly the very start of what used to be a city. As you step on the ground, you see a mural.
Is the mural, does it have any significance or something?
No, it's just a mural. If you want to examine it more, you can examine it more.
Yeah, best be on my way. Actually, since am I like deep in the jungle now?
Not that deep in the jungle, but somewhat.
All right. So since it was mentioned earlier there was a camp, could I like look up in the sky and see if there's like smoke, like camp smoke or like that?
Oh yeah, make a perception check. And wait, I will just do something really fast.
All right.
Alright, what's the roll, Rom?
It's a 9.
It is a 9. Okay. Easy enough, I think you'd be able to see. Somewhat smoke. Though quite, I think, a bit more about, if you're gonna calculate it, 70 feet away.
70 feet.
But you do see what seems to be remnants of an old civilization.
But
With a
like
9 looking at past, I don't think you'd look at much detail, so you just see seemingly statues of people, though looking different from what you usually see what people look like. Doesn't even bother you much.
Huh. All right, is there like a high ground like overlooking the ruins?
Make another perception check for me.
16.
16, yeah, easily enough. You're able to find somewhat like not a cliff face, but a hill face somewhere there, leading upwards towards a bigger root of a tree.
All right, I will go towards that higher
In
ground,
the far left. Okay.
far left. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what do I see from that angle?
Make another perception check. Like very specific perception check.
It's an 8. I don't have good eyes.
You see about one individual there. You see him. He's sitting down near the fire, but looking past, trying to discern where other people are. You only see that one dude.
So like in the whole camp, just one guy. I don't see anyone else.
You don't see anyone else.
From where I am right now, could I see the detail of his face?
No.
Oh man. Hmm. But it is a small camp, right?
It's a small camp.
All right. Well, since he's in the way, yeah, I could like pull out my rifle and take an aim at the guy.
All right. He's about, I'd say, 40 feet away.
40 feet. Okay. 40 feet. I could try aiming at his heart. So like he'll be dead, but like I could still get a look at his face.
Okay.
Alright, what I'm gonna
DC.
roll? Hit DC. 16.
That hits.
That
Roll for
hits.
damage.
Damage is 13.
13 points of damage. As you shoot your rifle. Ah! Fuck! Ah! God damn! You shot him right somewhere. You were shooting at the heart.
Mhm.
Though it went downwards a bit and hit somewhere near his kidney. Spleen.
So like he's incapacitated still, right?
Somewhat, yeah, but he's still living. As he's holding his belly. Oh fuck! Bounty hunters! I think there's bounty hunters!
I'm gonna wait. See if somebody approaches him with his scream, with his shouting.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! You don't see anyone. You feel a bullet go past you as you hear the shot. Looking at where the muzzle flash is, you'd be able to see somewhat in the distance in the forest. There's an individual right there as he's just looking at you.
So he's like in the tree line, right?
Yeah, tree line.
What's the distance?
Give or take, I think about 60.
60 feet. Shit. I could try. All right, I'm gonna vault over the trees behind me so I could get cover.
Okay.
Do I need to do a check about that?
Not really.
All right.
As
So,
you essentially vault from the trees to get the cover, you're hiding behind a tree now. A very thick-rooted tree. Yeah. So the bark and as well as the body of the tree, quite big, wide. You're hiding behind it. Yeah. Your back is basically on the tree.
mhm.
Okay.
They're still shooting at me, right?
Yep.
So okay, so what I could do is like use a stealth check. So I could. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm just reading. Actually, could I use my dexterity to like walk behind the tree lines and then slowly make my way towards the shooter, like still like using my dexterity, cover to cover.
Yes. Are you attempting to hide though? No.
No.
Oh, okay. Easily enough, I think you'd be able to use your entire feet to basically go towards it. Because of what's happening right now, can you please make an initiative roll? Because we are going to go to combat.
All right. Where do I roll the initiative again?
Initiative is next to your armor class, I think.
Oh, I see. Got it. 22.
Okay. Yeah, you go first.
All right. So what do I?
I'm just gonna explain now how this works.
Okay.
Basically, the way you've played normal D&D, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the ordinary one action, one bonus action, and one not like one action, one bonus action, and movement rule, right?
Mhm.
So now, because of this, you now have in my rules at least, you have 3 action points.
Okay.
So you can pick those 3 action points to basically, you can shoot 3 times, but the third one will always have disadvantage because basically you're tired, when after
Okay.
shooting. And the bonus action still applies if you have an action or a thing you can do as a bonus action. And there's no more movement because the movement is taken by those basically those actions. Yeah. So you
Okay.
can just basically stay in place, shoot, or you can move or do something. And basically, yeah, there's a lot of parameters between the 3 action points. Basically, the action from before, but considered in 3. If you're doing an AOE, it takes 2 action points, but I don't think your character has any AOE, so you don't
Yep.
have to. Yeah, you don't have to think about that. So yeah, that's a good bit of it. But there are a bunch of rules. If you just want to ask more, you can ask more.
All right. So it's like instead of one action, one bonus action, one movement, I get all of them in as 3 action points.
Yes.
All right. I see. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So like, what do do I have like a general assessment of my area? Like, how many people, were they positioned?
I'd say somewhat these people or individuals, you'd see a couple over one in the tree line. The only ones you see is one in the tree line and the one screaming. That's it.
Okay. What is my distance to the one in the tree line?
The one in the tree line at the moment, I'd say, is about 30 feet. 30 feet
30
from
feet.
where you are right now.
Okay. So I'm still gonna pull out my revolving rifle, aim it at him, specifically at his spleen.
Okay.
All right. Gonna roll my hit DC. 19.
That hits.
All right.
Roll for damage.
19.
19 points of damage.
19 points of damage.
As you shoot him, how do you want to kill him?
Well, since all right, I could point like from my angle. I could shoot him in his spleen, and hopefully, if the bullet goes through, it hits his spinal stem.
Yeah.
So that's my angle. That's how I shoot him.
You actually have the option in these types of situations, again, in combat, you actually have the option to not kill him. So, I mean, you can paralyze him.
I mean, then again, all I need is it's a dead or alive bounty, so like I just need his face, so like I can just shoot him wherever I want, but keep his face.
Yeah. So, do you want to change it from spleen to like headshot, or do you want it to stay like that and he'll be paraplegic?
Yeah, I'll stay with his spleen.
Okay, he'll be paraplegic, basically.
All right.
Okay, as you shoot him, you see him and you hear his irk as he essentially slopes down towards the tree, and as he lets go of his rifle. Ah, fuck!
Alright, I use a perception check to like.
That's an action. Just remind me.
Oh,
That
right.
is an action.
Okay. So I still have 2 actions, right?
You still have 2 actions.
Alright. So I could assess the area again to see if there's any hostiles and if it's clear.
Mm-hmm.
So like, is there anything?
All right, make a perception check.
$18.
Easy enough. You see in the camp from your position now, there's about the man on the tent and one other individual right there. And you see him as he's essentially pointing his revolver right at you.
I go back to my cover.
Okay. All right.
All right, and then that's my turn, right? That's my action.
That is the end of your turn.
Okay.
You see the individual as he essentially, well, you don't see the individual because you go back to cover, but he does try to shoot at you. Though going back to cover, he just shoots, misses. He shoots 2 shots. Motherfucker! I won't let you get away with this. You see, as he essentially, you hear a couple shuffles, and he stops somewhere in the camp, but you're not sure where.
All right.
That is the end of his turn.
So it's my turn again.
Yep.
Does it count as an action if I talk?
No.
All right. All right. So like, I'm gonna like, I'm not gonna shout, but I'm just gonna speak out loud and say, "What I Jack."
He responds, "Fuck you!"
Very well then. And like, I like slowly peek out of my cover to see where his general direction.
As you slowly peek out of cover, you see the man as he's somewhere near the tents. You see his little head poking out.
Is like a cloth tent? Is
It
he
a
taking
cloth
cover?
tent. It is a cloth tent.
Okay. So that's like 2 actions left, right?
Yes.
All right. So I use my for my second action, I shoot towards the tent to
Mhm.
where I assume his body's taking cover in.
Okay.
Wait, what's the distance, by the way? Does distance affect by the point blank?
Yes. You can only point blank is basically 5 feet.
5 feet. Ah, shit. All right. I'm gonna take a precise aim to what I think is the
Mhm.
head.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna use my pistol in this one.
Mm-hmm.
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
That just hits. Do damage.
All right. 10.
10 points of damage. Ah! Fuck! Oh, God! You don't know where you shot him, but he was shot. You still have 1 more action point.
I will. It's like what? 3 guys. I'm gonna assess again. I'm gonna do an assessment again. Look around because it's just 3 guys. There's only 1 more guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, roll perception check, right?
Yep.
17.
17. God damn. Yeah. With a perception check, You see an individual somewhere in the far beyond, near the temple. Though it's quite far, I'd say it's about from your direction right now. It's about 70 feet.
70 feet. But is it like a silhouette of a guy?
There's a silhouette of a guy.
Is he like aiming something or like as in I can't see shit?
It's a silhouette of a guy.
All right. Um, I guess that's the end of my turn, right? That's my third.
Yeah, because you used your thing. You just see the
Alright.
guy. Oh, fuck you, little shit! And you see as he essentially tries to roll for an attack. He severely misses. It shoots at the bark of the tree. It splinters a bit of the wood. He'll make another attack roll. These guys are really bad. Yeah. Shoots again. Hits a tree. Nothing happens. We ain't giving up! You're gonna answer for my friend here!
Unless you're one-eyed Jack, I suggest you give up.
Alright, it's your turn.
Alright, alright, did he go closer? Or like is he still at that same range? Like 70 feet?
He's somewhat he didn't go closer.
Alright, he stayed in place. Alright, so what I could do is like crouch run towards his direction and then take another cover.
Mm-hmm.
No check or anything? No dexterity check or anything?
Make a dexterity check. To basically do this maneuver. Actually, no. With this maneuver, no.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I took cover. And
Mhm.
what's my distance now again?
Your distance from the individual from the tent.
Like I went to cover, right? So like I
Mhm.
ran to another cover towards him. So like what's the distance now?
Right now, I'd say it's about 15 to 14 feet.
15 to 14.
You still have more movement to close the distance.
I'm gonna use another movement and run to another cover closer to him.
Okay, so I'd say it's about 5 feet now.
5 feet. Then can I see him? Or like am I like in cover so I can't see him?
No, I think you can still see him.
What does he look like now? Do I need to waste a perception check on that?
No, you don't need to. It's about 5 feet. As you look at him, somewhat, he looks rugged. He's wearing somewhat of a dirty white. I forgot what they call those, but polo some type. Unbuckled pants. Pants seem to have been the best. The best of days for these pants have long gone.
All right. Can I see his face?
His face. He's somewhat of a middle-aged gentleman, though quite thin and very sallow in the face, so like sunken cheeks.
His eyes?
Yeah, and he's holding what seems to be his side as there's blood spewing. But he still
Wait.
has his gun out.
This is the silhouette guy, right?
Oh no, you're talking about the silhouette guy.
Yeah.
Oh no, that takes 2 actions to get to him at least.
Oh shit. So like one more action. So
Yeah,
like
no, I'm talking about the guy in the tent. I'm sorry.
oh yeah, the guy in the tent. Shit. But like from the tent,
Yeah,
what's the distance between me and the silhouette?
and the silhouette.
Uh-huh.
I'd say about 40 now.
40. Okay. I'm still gonna pull out my revolving rifle. Aim at his direction to what I think is his shoulder.
Okay.
Left shoulder, the one. Wait, where's the gun? Is it in his right hand or his left hand?
It's in his right hand.
Right
He's
hand.
holding his left is basically he's holding his side.
So I'm gonna shoot his. I'm gonna try shooting his left shoulder. I'm gonna roll a hit.
Okay.
23.
Hits.
It hits. All right, damage. $14.
Do you want to kill him or spare him?
Incapacitate him.
Okay. Where do you shoot him? Still shoulder?
Still in the shoulder.
Oh, fuck! You see as he drops the gun and he goes on his knees. Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
4.
Oh! Oh! His hands are just down as he looks up at you.
All right. That's the end of the combat, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk towards that guy, towards the silhouette.
Ignoring the guy that's on his knees.
The tent guy.
Yeah.
Is he still breathing?
Yeah. He said you spared him.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So they're like together.
Somewhat.
All right.
This is one of the guys who's on the floor. Oh, fuck! You motherfucker!
All right. So like, I'm gonna stand between the two of them, and then I'm gonna be like, "All right, gentlemen. Both of you got a choice to live. Now, all I need to know is where's the person who hired you."
He's right there! Jack's gonna fuck you up, you little shit!
Where is he pointing?
He's pointing at the silhouette.
Thank you. Then I shoot the guy, the tent guy.
You shoot him?
I shoot
the
him
head?
in the head.
It blows his brains out and he's just on the floor. He slumps down. You see as one of the guys. Ah, you fucker! The guy that you shot is still alive as well. This is the one near the fire.
The paralyzed one?
No, this is another paralyzed, but you paralyzed all three of them.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The one that I shot in the spleen, right? That's the guy.
That is the one they shot in the spleen, yeah, the first
All
guy.
right.
So he's just there slumped over the log that's a makeshift chair.
You stay there. And I'm gonna walk towards the silhouette.
Okay. You see, it's at the very opening of the seemingly that they call the temple. You walk forward, traversing through a bit of more rougher terrain, but easy enough, you know. Seeing the man, he's essentially turned back, getting closer, turned back, just looking at the temple.
One-eyed Jack.
He looks back at you. Yeah. That's
been
what they called me. I
It's
don't
been
go by that name anymore, boy.
Fortunately, my contractors don't see it that way. So what is he doing right now?
He's just looking at you. I came to this place to hide the money I stole. To forget and bury my past. He looks at you. He literally actually just has one eye.
Like he's a Cyclops?
Somewhat, yeah.
You're expecting me to bargain?
No. What I'm expecting right now, bounty hunter, is you dying. Because you're messing with things you don't understand. You dig me?
I wish I could.
You see him as he turns towards you. And you look at his body as his very front of him at least is full of scars and scratches, bloodied up, and in his one hand holding this very ornate knife, more looking like a tooth or a bone.
I'm still
Don't
wearing.
understand who you're messing with, bounty hunter.
I think
Okay.
I do have a clue. And then I I'm wearing the bandana, right?
Mhm.
So I remove my bandana to reveal my face to him, my whole chrome skull towards his face.
He looks at you. What is that, a Halloween mask?
Surprisingly, that's what they always say. But I'll be asking you. This will be the last face you'll ever see.
He looks back at you. Well, I sure as shit don't think so. And he stabs himself with the knife. You see, as his body starts to morph, his face opens up into four. His skin turns a darker but lighter, somewhat blue. His back arcs. And you see, seemingly, a more larger monster. You see tentacles rising from his back, and the mouth gaping open like an octopus's. Roll initiative.
Shit. 10.
11.
Shit.
It goes first, as you see it essentially go towards you and try to punch you with its more giant fist now. With an attack roll. Shit. 15. It misses. So you're able to see that punch from a mile away. Big, wide punch. You're able to dodge. It punches right into the dirt. You see as one of the tentacles try to grab you. Please make a strength check or a strength saving throw.
So like a strength roll? Oh,
Yeah,
saving throw. Okay,
saving
okay.
throw. Saving throw is at the very
Okay,
left
okay.
side, I think.
A 9.
9. You are grappled.
Fuck.
In meaning you can't move.
Okay.
And that ends its turn as it's just looking at you with an open, gaping mouth.
All right. So, like his tentacles is like in my whole body.
Not your whole body, but it's more or less around you.
Oh. All right. So wait a minute. To provide context in my imagination, what is this creature?
A good example for this creature, I'd say it looks a lot like the Call of Cthulhu Deep Ones.
Oh, so like an octopus thing?
An octopus fish person,
Oh.
but buffed up, like
How-
taking steroids.
How big is he?
I'd say about 6'5".
6'5". Okay. Um. I could what is my distance from him? 5?
Oh, you're in range. I think that's 2.
That's
'Cause,
2.
like he's holding you with the tentacle, like he's holding you up actually.
Okay. But I can still get a grab from my gun.
Yeah, and you actually see on his chest like the dagger still embedded in.
Okay. So what I could do, shit. I had three action, right?
Yeah, you see, you still have 3 actions, but you cannot move because you are
Okay.
grappled.
Okay.
But your hands are free in a way that you can still hold your pistols.
Okay. All right. If I'm gonna dual wield, does it take like
Yes,
2
I think you
action?
have. No. If you're a dual wield, like I said, if you're a dual wielder, it for pistols at least, you can shoot both of those pistols.
Okay. Okay. How do I roll them though?
So basically, hit DC, and that counts as 1 action,
Oh, okay.
1
Gotcha.
action point, basically.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get both of my pistols out now. I'll aim it one in
sorry.
the.
No need to roll. You're point blank. I
Oh
forgot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So no, just describe it na lang. Na parang
Okay. Yeah,
one
sure.
one is aimed at the dagger, and
Mhm.
one is at least at his right eye.
Mhm.
So that's like 2 dices, right?
Yeah.
2 damage dice.
Yeah. That's 4d6.
Okay, 46. So all in all, it's 18.
18 damage.
18 damage.
As it shoots a bit of the dagger you see like somewhat flutters, though looking at it still very pristine, looking very fragile.
But it's like the whole dagger's out, or like at least a portion of the dagger's still inside.
A portion of the dagger is still inside of him. So it basically rattled the dagger to a point that it's looser, but it's still embedded inside this
Okay.
creature, One-Eyed Jack.
What about the eye, though?
You look at the eye itself. There's a bunch of different yellowish eyes glint.
So I just only shot one of the eyes. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So
You see a bit of the spittle, essentially.
all right, big guy. And so I had 2 actions, right?
You only did 1 pa lang. You have 2
Okay.
more. You have 2 more action points.
I could try reaching towards the knife and try to pull it out.
Make a strength check.
13.
That does not work, as you see, and you try to pull yourself back. The tentacles are so strong it pulls you back.
Shit. All right. I could do it again. I could do it again. I'm gonna do it again.
All right.
Ah, fuck. 12.
12. Nope. You see, he holds you back right there. That is the end of your turn.
That's the end of my turn.
As you see this creature, essentially the tentacle itself start wrapping around you. He takes his arm right up and he takes a punch at you. He has advantage on this roll because you cannot move.
Mhm.
Okay, 18, that hits. He does another attack roll. Natural 20.
So that's
All in all,
20.
A 20 is a critical. So the way criticals work is basically I double the dice damage. So that means it's double the damage.
So it's
Then
40?
there's zero. No, it's not gonna be 40 points of damage. But in terms of like his strength right now, so you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as he takes a punch into your chest. And he grabs you with the tentacle and then just flings you towards the tree. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save. 5.
5. Yeah, you are slumped onto the tree. Prone, basically not, but like the slump, your back sitting down onto the tree. You take about 2 points of bludgeoning damage from that. So all in all, 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
So like 8 hit points left?
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat. Fuck. All
As
right.
you look at him.
All right. What's my distance from? All right, it's my turn now, right?
It's your turn now.
All right. So what's my distance from?
Right now, your distance from this creature is, I'd say, 7 feet? Somewhere there, yeah, 7 feet.
7 feet. All right. Could I like see if like try to assess whether the knife is like can be still shut off?
I'd say you're close enough for that. Looking at it, it's possible.
It's possible. Okay. I just take one Mauser from my right hip and
Mhm.
then point it 7 feet, so that's no longer point blank, right?
Yeah, that's no longer point blank.
All right. So I'm going to take a precise aim towards the blade between the meat.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to hold the hit DC. 14.
14. That is enough as you shoot. As that just hits, basically. The bullet goes and the blade is dislodged from its socket. It flops down onto the floor. You see it as the person turns back on the floor as he slumps down unconscious.
Ah.
You see the dagger as the dagger is just on the floor.
All right. Though the guy, One-Eyed Jack, is still fucking unconscious, right?
Yes.
All right. So, and combat is over.
Yes.
All right. So I approach the knife and at least try to keep it away from him by putting it in my holster.
So you touch it.
I touch it. I hold it.
As you touch it, you feel something. Your vision blurs a bit. As you feel the feeling of being underwater. You feel cold. You feel like you can't breathe. You feel like you're drowning. But it's been a while since you felt something.
Like human?
Yeah. You feel everything. Before it was the feeling of not being able to breathe, but now it's really the feeling of not being able to breathe. You feel as the water is touching your skin. And you're
Do I have the option to like let go?
Yes.
So I let go.
The
Shock.
knife drops down.
What the? I look at the guy.
Still unconscious.
Shoot. Is there like water nearby, like a bucket of water at least? In the camp.
Yes, there is.
I get that bucket and try to douse him in his face just to wake him up.
He looks back at you. Oh my god.
Where do you get it? Where do you get this knife?
Get What? He looks at the knife. That's my knife. That's my knife. And he tries to grab it. But
I
he's too
shoot-
slow.
Oh yeah, okay, it's too slow.
He's too
Okay.
slow as he tries to grab it. My knife. My power.
I kick off the knife farther away, out of his reach.
Mhm. He looks back at you. I'll never tell you. The knife talks. The knife can give you anything you want. The knife.
How?
You don't understand. That knife is wonders. It gives you power. Power you only dream of.
How do I talk to this knife?
Hold it. Feel its presence. And you see. He tries to grab for it once more. But with more effort. So you see him as he tries to grab for it. You can make a reaction.
What's the reaction roll again?
No, it's the same. It's like basically reaction, but I'm allowing you to do anything you want. Basically, step on his
Okay.
hand.
Okay. That's all I need to know. I shoot him in the throat.
Oh, I won't even let you do damage for this. As you shoot him in the throat. You see as the blood essentially builds up a bit as it goes upwards out of his mouth. He slumps back onto the floor. You are fucked. And his body goes onto the floor, lifeless.
How do I get a mark from the bounty pala?
Hmm?
How do I like...
Specifically, this bounty was placed by the fixer,
Mhm.
or the crime lord. Specifically. So this one, well, I mean, this bounty at the very least, was assigned by him. So you are not a part of the Horizons Dawn guild. There's a couple more bounty hunter guilds, but the Horizons Dawn's the most known one.
All right. But like, how do I give it so I can get paid? How do I get proof?
The proof was basically, specifically, preferably his head.
I mean, I still did shoot him in the throat, so his face is at least
Yeah, no, it's just covered in blood.
just covered in blood. I can clean that off. So I can like, shit. How do I cut the head off?
I mean, on his person, you see somewhat of a machete.
All right. I get a pouch from the camp, like any sort of pouch.
Do you look for stuff in the camp at least?
Mhm.
Like, do you look into the camp?
All right. I search the camp.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check.
Investigation. 14.
14. You find a double barrel,
Uh,
2 Colt revolvers, and a rifle.
What sort of
Specifically, a Winchester rifle?
Winchester. Anything else, like a sack or something?
Oh, there's a couple sacks.
All right. I'm not gonna take the guns, but I am taking the ammunitions.
Okay.
All right. And then I'm gonna take 1 sack,
Mm.
so I could put where the head is supposed to be.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's it. That's all I'll take from the camp.
All right. So you chop the head off.
I chop the head off, put it in the sack.
Okay. You see the knife as it's still on the floor.
I get another sack, like a cloth, so I could pick up the knife and like wrap it up and put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Do I still get like visions even though I use a cloth to pick it up? All right.
You look back into the temple, and the temple somewhat whispers to you, actually. You hear the answers find their ways. Find us, find us, find us, find us, find. Search for the answers.
Then I walk off the temple.
You walk away.
I'll walk away.
Okay.
And then I'll make my way back into town, like towards the pier, so I could. Oh no! I will go to that outhouse where I've heard is a portal towards the yawning portal,
Mm-hmm.
and of course the sack of head is like in my hips, like in my belt, so like it's my side. Yeah, so I'll walk towards back to the town, towards that outhouse.
All right. As you get in towards the outhouse, you open it. Stinky and dingy. Though I don't think you could smell that.
Mm-hmm. So like I'm gonna examine her, and I'm gonna say it. Is Saul.
You feel compelled as the outhouse itself transforms, disappears, and you see somewhat of a small stairway going down.
I walk down that stairway.
You hear laughter and liveliness and a bunch of people as you see somewhat that you're on the first floor of the yawning portal. You see stairways going downwards specifically, but at the same time it's a multi-layered bar. There's 5 floors, and you know where the person you're talking to, or the person you were talking to about the bounty is, and he's at the very bottom.
I'll approach that person, the one that who.
You go downstairs, yeah. As you go downstairs, there are a bunch of people, different kinds of people. You see dragonborns, you see drows, you see changelings, you see actually goblins, other different races. See a person made of rock. Very interesting, but does not interest you in any sort of way. As you get down, you see the very, very large bar at the very back of it, in a large room, somewhat party-like. Getting down at the very bottom of these steps, you see seemingly a hole in the floor, a big hole in the floor. I'd say it's about 30 by 40, and that there's only a railing across it. Would you know what this is? Or would you understand what it is? Or you wouldn't have cared?
I wouldn't have cared. I just want to get to the employer.
Okay, yeah. You just see this big, as you go down, you see the big hole in the flooring itself. Looking down at it's abyssless.
Okay.
So, as you walk forward, you see your employer. A very big floating eye. The eyes itself, essentially going in different directions. The eye stalks having different rings put on it as he looks at you. Ah, the shape. Glad for you to come.
There's a problem with the contract. You didn't tell me the guy turns into a fish monster. And I like
Fish
slam,
monster.
and then like put the sack of head at the table. Contracts
Oh,
changed.
my dear boy, you don't have to be that rough with these things.
As you see one of the eyes somewhere between the very right eye, one of the rings somewhat light up, and you see it essentially lift up without him trying to pick it up with his mind. The sack falls down, and the head.
Well, 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 this is the famous one-eyed Jack. You are a reliable one, ain't ya? Skullface.
You hire me, you get my results.
Hmm. As for, well, saying that, Fishman, I don't understand what you're pertaining to, but they said he was a good shot. Was he a good shot?
A little. He was a good shot, but I'm still better.
Well, he must be just full of shit.
It looks at you and looks back at it.
Well, the person that wanted him dead will most likely get real hard for this.
As he puts down the head, and you see it gently going under the table. As you see him behind, or at his sides at least, as you look at his company. It's a very interesting table, as you are a skeleton man, you know. And looking at the sides, you see somewhat weird creatures also having tentacles on their faces. They look at you. They're wearing, or they're in black. They're clad in black and somewhat purple, with capes. As they're just looking at you, you see another individual there looking with a cow-like demeanor, very big nose, but big arms, very tall, lanky individual, and a bunch more people there. You see some halfling girls also dancing in the corner. So yeah, very interesting person. He just looks back at you with all those eyes, and you can feel those eyes staring back at you. He smiles.
Well, I did promise your payment. Here you go. If dead, like I said, it was half, right?
He puts down 500 gold.
Do you prefer coin or cash?
I'll take gold. Thing.
All right.
He pushes the coins with his mind towards you.
Well, nice doing business with you.
Wait.
Then
Wait
Yes?
just one moment. As I do see you getting results, I need you to do another thing for me. Bigger cash,
what do you
tougher
do?
dude, tougher individual. Are you down for that?
Depends. What's the pay?
I mean, if you kill him. 1,000 gold up front.
Alive?
Alive? They don't want him alive. Those are the types of jobs you want.
Where do I find him?
Draconia. I can bring you there. Fighting pits. He's the champion of the fighting pits. They call him Dracothar.
Right?
Big brute. of a dragon man.
What's his name again?
Drekothar.
Dragothar. Any complications I needed to know before I start this job?
Drekothar, well, usually likes fighting groups, so. I mean, I think you need to find a group, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find one there. Even in the fighting pits, you'll get money, so it's an additional to the 1,000.
You sure I can't take this by myself?
Preferably with people. I know you're a good shot, but this thing, this barbarian, he might rip you to shreds. Sounds interesting, doesn't it?
I'll consider it. In fact, I'll take the job. I need that payment
Up front. Once you kill him, get back here. Maybe I could even, if you do strangle up some people, maybe I could also pay them for the trouble. If they survive!
I'll try shaking some trees.
I can bring you there. We're in the Halpenane Isles at this very moment. Well, you were from the Halpenane Isles. I think I'll send you there. Don't you think?
All right. I'll start now. Let's go.
Fine.
And you see him as he essentially starts to go towards. He floats as he's a big circular eye being. He floats towards the hole, and you see the hole as it essentially, the side of it opens.
I go into the hole so I could easily enter that portal.
Do you look down?
I look down.
It's just nothingness and abyss. As he looks,
If you jump now, you'll get there.
I jump.
okay, without a word,
Goodbye.
as you jump, that's where we'll end today's session.
All right.
All right,
That was good. I like it.
gaming, are you here, William?
He fell asleep.
Ah, damn. That's gonna be a long ass recording.
Yep.
Long ass recording.
William, get up.